Welcome to the Entrepreneur Toolbelt podcast, the only podcast you'll ever need to get your business to the next level. This podcast is powered by Antoine Campbell Enterprise. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Entrepreneur podcast. We are on episode 6. It's an amazing journey thus far. I can't believe episode 6 already. Every Wednesday, we come 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I interview somebody. Today, I got the most amazing person in the world, my lovely, wonderful, beautiful wife and partner in crime, business partner that is, LaShawn Campbell Merton.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I am good, babe.
Listen, I want you to introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are, where you from, all that good stuff.
Well, my name is LaShawn Campbell, and I'm a Washingtonian. I am a Washingtonian.
Awesome. Well, introduce yourself. Like, I know we just said your name, LaShawn.
Yes, I'm a Washingtonian, and I guess we keep each other in line.
Awesome. So I brought LaShawn on today because I wanted to talk to a specific audience. If you currently have a partner, a spouse, girlfriend, whoever, and you're looking to get into business together and you want to know some information, I definitely think you should turn up the volume, like and share it, and tag whoever your partner is into this live. Share the live and support us. We're going to be going through a whole bunch of stuff. I got about 45 minutes. I finally got my lovely wife here, and it's going to be an amazing episode. First of all, give us your background. Give us your story. Who is LaShawn?
Well, LaShawn is a mom, a wife, a friend, a sister, like a second mom, an auntie, everything, an advisor, a consultant.
You do consult a lot of people.
I do. I do a little bit of everything.
Awesome. So, you all of this good stuff.
Yeah.
But you're an entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
You just like the mafia. You the person that's calling the shots. God. But you're not actually doing the day-to-day work. Yeah. That's the first thing I want to get into. The day-to-day. How do you make this work? Being a mom, being a supportive wife, and handling who you are. Like, I see you on the phone with all your girlfriends, giving them world-class advice. How do you handle all of that?
I think it's pretty much juggling. I juggle being a mom. Nothing comes before that to me. That's kind of number one, and everything else is after. So I have this saying, pretty much anything that comes between me and my kids besides work is the enemy. So it's like my kids and work is first.
Yeah, because we living in a new age, right? Yeah. Where, back in the day, guys, you had your mom and dad and, mom stayed in the house and she washed and folded. Right. And she made sure the kids did their chores and did their schoolwork. Yeah. Dad worked at the factory or the lumber mill or, wherever. Yeah. And everybody came home, they ate a little dinner, and everybody went on their business. Right. That's not the case no more in today's society. Give me an example of what you see in today's society. Like, how's the new home set up?
The new homes are set up pretty much through phones and like computers. That's how we live in today's society. Like, our kids are homeschooled. We teach them from a laptop. You work virtually from a laptop. Everything we kind of do is virtually from a laptop. We talk on the phones. Of course, we need these things, these little machines. They mean everything to us. If we don't have them, we're out of order. So that's pretty much how everything is ran. So we can't do anything without those, in my opinion.
Yeah, because let's go back to the homeschooling thing. If you don't know our story, right? We been entrepreneurs since 2013. We try to go down a traditional route. I'm not bashing anybody with a job. Having a job is an amazing thing. But at some point in time, you're going to need something to supplement your income besides a job. The point I'm making to you guys is that we had to figure out a way to make our life work. Yeah. My son is biracial, right? And he was getting picked on in school. And at the time, financially, it didn't make sense for us to put him in private school because I was working a job. So the first thing I proposed to my wife was, let's go into business together so we can be able to create an opportunity for our son to have a good quality education And can you elaborate on how we went about that?
So initially, we had a conversation. It started, he was in public school. Now, any moms that know public school in certain areas, it's really saturated. So our biggest thing was, there was a teacher, I think she had to be every bit of 24 in a classroom with 36 kids. And so as he's coming home with homework, I'm talking to him and I'm having a conversation with my kid, and we're going over the homework, and I know that he isn't retaining anything that he's learning throughout the day. So that was the main thing, I think, that got us to private school.
Yeah, so
we moved from public, then we went to private.
So, and then, then Junior came about, because Junior, he never went to public school, did he? So like June, he went straight from daycare straight to private school.
Yeah.
And then we was in the private school thing, and honestly, I didn't like it. Like, it was okay when Jaden was there, because he fit that, I could be honest, can I?
Yes.
He fit that perception of what a private school is, right?
And what they wanted.
And they wanted him on the billboards. They wanted him all in the front page and stuff. They wanted him to be a part of every program. Right. And when Junior came about, guys, they made it seem like our son was aggressive. Yes. And they was afraid, and they was like, well, he's so bigger than the other children. And they was making all these bullshit excuses and why it may not work for Junior.
Yeah.
And LaShawn was so emotional about it. I remember.
I was a mess.
Yeah. And
I was a mess.
And I looked at you and I said, hey, babe, we got this. We always had this, aggressive attitude towards life. Yeah. Let's cut these folks out and just do this on our own.
Yeah.
And then I started saying, what about homeschooling? And she looked at me like, what? Homeschooling?
I was like, what? Did you want us to teach?
and I was like, yes, let's teach and show our children and give our children a quality education where we don't have to worry about nobody else. And it's no one else's fault. Because no matter what anybody tell you, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day,
it's your fault.
It's your fault and your responsibility to make sure your children get a good quality education. You can't blame it on the school system.
No.
You can't blame it on anybody else.
No.
And we're going to get into that in just a second. So moving along, what I wanted and you wanted for Antoine, Junior, and Jaden was always been a good education.
Yes.
And money, we didn't really care about the money side of it. We just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie. We tried to do it for the first year. It was terrible. Right?
But we're skipping a jump.
Okay, come on.
So when both of the kids went to private school, we saw that there was a very big difference in how they were both treated. One child, he's fairly light.
Right.
And this is no color issue. This was just an observation. He got treated amazing. The teachers loved him. He was great. On the other hand, our other son, he was a big 5-year-old and 4-year-old. He was just a big kid.
Yep.
And it was always, we're afraid that he could be aggressive. Or I'm asking, was he ever aggressive? What did he ever do to hurt anyone? She was like, no. It's just other parents are afraid that if your son catches a tantrum, that he would possibly hurt somebody. So when I was hearing things like that, it just was like, wait a minute, what's going on? And then I learned private school has a certain type of child that they like. Right. Some of them, some private schools.
It was a lot of politics.
Yeah. It was a great school though.
So it was a lot of politics, and I just felt in my heart that at the end of the day, it was in our court to do what we need to do for our children.
Yes.
And then we started getting good, and that's when I brought the virtual assistants to you.
And I wasn't with it.
Let's talk about that real quick.
I wasn't with that. So my biggest thing is sternship. Who's our kids learn they're not children. If they can get away with stuff, they would try.
Right.
They're kids. And I didn't know how a lady from a whole nother part of the world was going to teach them.
Right.
Until you literally were like, babe, give me 1 year.
Do you recall that conversation we had?
Yeah.
What was the conversation? Because I'm crazy with my ideas. I just come to you.
You were like, babe, we're doing this virtual assistant thing. Let's see if we can get a virtual assistant teacher. And I was like, dude, come on, no, let's find some old lady who's almost retired who want to get paid. Remember we were like that. Like, we're going to pay her, and she's going to teach the kids. We'll go take the test at the end of the year and then do that. That's initially what I wanted.
And I was like, you know what? It makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? It makes sense to go ahead and get a VA to help us out. And let's try it for a year. The worst going to work, we shove them back in private school or whatever. Right. And literally last year, we was interviewing VAs, and then we finally found a lady. Luckily, she was literally from, she stayed in America for a few months. Yeah. And then they ended up shipping her back. They shipped her back, and they wouldn't stamp her visa because of COVID. So she ended up going back to the Philippines, and she applied to be a co-caller for my V1 VA company. And the recruiters knew I was actively looking for a teacher for the children. They gave me a call and said, hey, Antoine, I think we got somebody perfect to teach your boys. The recruiter introduced me to her, and ever since then.
Yeah, but it was 6 of them we interviewed. It was about 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, it was.
And she was amazing. Oh, my God. She's the best person in the world, like, literally. And she learns our kids. She knows what makes them tick. She's able to now, like, when June is having those meltdowns because he don't want to, I don't want to do it. I'm tired. I don't feel good. She really is like, come on, this is what you're going to do. You have a 5-minute break. You go get water and you get it together, and then you come back and let's go.
Right. Yeah. And you know, to add to that, we didn't really think about the long-term effects of it. We just said, let's just try it out.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we talked to her last week, and she said, hey, guys, we coming up on the end of the school year. And I'm like, what? Already?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with the kids? I said, man, keep them in school. Like, because the schedule we broken down for them, they only go to school 2 hours a day.
Yes, a piece.
And the way the curriculum is, they get more done in 2 hours a day than going to school for 8 hours. Right. Because it's condensed education.
Right.
It's concentrated education. Think about this, guys. If you got children at home, and they trying to be on Zoom, it's 30 kids on Zoom, right? They're not getting that one-on-one individual attention they need. Our children got 2 hours worth of their teachers' undivided attention and customized lessons every single day. And even when we went out of town, and we continue to go out of town, we bring a laptop, and as long as we have Wi-Fi, they continue to go to school.
Absolutely.
So that was important to us, because you got to understand, we're laying down the foundations for what we're trying to create as a business. Right, our children's education, creating consistent money, and building a lifestyle that caters to, you know, our business.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to admit this, but the money always comes first. And I think that's something that we can argue about really quickly.
Yes.
Like, choosing, you know, what is a more priority, like the money or the family?
Right.
How do you go about that?
What do you mean?
Like. You know, some people like, I love my family. I really love my family. There's nothing I won't do for my family.
Yeah.
Forget the money. It's just a material thing. They tell themselves this bullshit excuse.
Right.
At what point do you think that is reckless? You still got to cater to your income to make sure you can take care of your family.
Well, okay, let me be honest. 2 years ago, that was me. Right. 2 years ago, we used to get into these hot arguments about working and balancing, because we couldn't seem to get it together. I thought we just couldn't seem to get it together with the balancing of our family, and literally had an COVID problem. I would say COVID was one of the really big ones that was like, what you said was right.
I think COVID showed us a whole new life. I think it literally, like, I don't know about you guys watching at home. If COVID helped you in any type of way, put yes in the comments. And my team will put it up on the screen for us. But COVID literally showed us that what we're doing on the path we're going down is the right way for us. I can't speak for nobody else. Yeah.
But I will also say, if COVID haven't taught any parent anything, they told you that, especially now with, I've heard stories from all moms, different parts of the city, where a lot of the children are going back to school, not because it's ready, but because the school's funding is being hit. Because I think it was like some crazy number, like 45% of the DC children wasn't attending virtual school. So if nobody's sitting in these chairs, these schools aren't getting paid.
Correct.
So not that they care about your child, that they're sending your child back to school. They need your child, because every child that's sitting in a chair has a budget. And your kid has a number. And if you're working auntie and mommy and grandma and everybody's working like regular Americans are doing, and no one's at home making sure that the kids are in class, that's the problem to them. So they're going to help you. They're going to figure out a way to get your kids back in school, even if that's 2 days a week, like some of these schools are doing, 2 days a week.
Because I honestly think it's irresponsible. Right?
Irresponsible of what?
For the school system forcing children to go back to school.
Yeah.
Even before the vaccines.
Right.
Like.
But what does that say though? That says that
money comes before anything.
Exactly. And people are forgetting that school is a business.
That's one thing I want to talk about. But before we talk about that, we're going to come back about school as a business. Then we're going to talk about the teachings you taught me and how you mentored me. We're going to talk about the 4 pillars. And guys, listen to this. If you don't learn anything from today, the 4 pillars teaching is going to take your life and your business to a whole nother level. So let's go to a quick commercial break really quickly. This podcast is sponsored by V1 VAs. If you're looking for a virtual assistant, we are the #1 place to come and get your virtual assistants. I don't care if you're a realtor, if you run a car agency, if you run an ad agency, if you are a wholesaler, I don't care what you is. If the position requires you to use a computer or a working telephone, I can get you somebody in that position for $4 an hour, fully trained, ready to go. Stop wasting time and get to the next level with your business by generating more money and doing less and spending less on labor costs. Text me now, 202-335-3322. The time is now to take your business to the next level. Hey, wholesaler, how you doing? This is your boy, Antoine Campbell. I am the owner of Lead Factory. The Lead Factory is a program that allows you to stop worrying about sellers cussing you out, dealing with your lead generation, trying to figure out how to work silly ass Mojo or call tools, and let us step in and handle all of the work for you. Are you sick and tired of trying to get all of the front end shit right in your business? Well, allow Lead Factory to come in and step in and help you out, and you're only talking to motivated sellers. You can get access to this program for as little as $1,600 a month commitment. But we provide the VAs, we provide $1, we do all the management, we take care of everything that you're currently struggling with, and you pay a flat fee knowing you don't have to worry about anything else but talking to motivated sellers. If that sounds like somebody like you, call me now or visit the website right now. Welcome back. Thank you guys for watching the commercials. If you need a VA or virtual assistant, do me a favor now. Text me 202-335-3322 and we'll take good care of you. We got VAs for anything, acquisitions, disposition. I don't care if you're a life insurance agent, if you're a wholesaler, we'll take really good care of you. So let's talk about the 4 pillars. What is the 4 pillars and how did you come up with that concept?
So the 4 pillars are pretty much what we need overall, what most people need overall. Family is one of the first pillars because I don't know about most people, but I know a lot of moms, we tend to put our family and everything first.
Right.
And that was one of our biggest issues between me and you. He's like the workaholic, work. He can work 16-hour days. And I'm like, wait, that's great and all. But we have kids and we have a marriage and we have to sustain. So that was the first one.
So family?
Social life.
Okay.
Social life, because at the end of the day, I feel like everybody has a social life. Friends, other outside, not, in-house family, but outside house family. And just people that we know, outside world, Facebook,
right?
All of that.
What else?
Work, business, work, whatever you call it. Right. Work, you have to work to make money, or you have to start your business, or business to make money. So you need that.
Okay, and the last one.
It's what did I say?
Family, social, work,
and Lord Jesus.
Family, social work. You don't know the last one?
Lord, I forgot. Is it?
You created it. I follow it.
You follow it?
Yeah, I follow your teachings.
It's business, family, work.
That's what it is. Business, family, social, and work.
Yeah. Business, family, social, and work.
So let's go really quickly, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk about the business, the family, the social, the work. Because most people, guys, they literally can crush one or two of them, but they can't crush all three or four.
Majority of people can.
So I know millionaires that's financially secure, but they suck at so many other things. I know people that's happy, they spend time with their family, but their finances is trash. So when I looked at who makes up a successful person, everything LaShawn told me made sense.
Yeah.
So let's go into details of the business, the family, and the social. And what do you think you got to do in order to conquer all four of them?
Honestly, I want to start with family.
Go ahead. Come on.
I think today how our families are structured is just very different. Most parents both need to be working. So for the average person, mom needs to be working. If mom is, married or has a partner or whatever, mom and dad needs to be working. But if mom is a single mom, it's probably a whole lot worse for her.
But better yet, working is one thing, but I do think that both people in the family should be contributing.
Right.
And contributing not just meaning household stuff, that's great, but I'm talking about contributing to the betterment of the family. Because our house is just four walls. Right. You can move anywhere. You even said, babe, I love you if you're in a cardboard box. Yes. We'll make that our house. Right. Let's get that straight.
I hang some pictures up, some curtains up.
But that's the beautiful thing about being together. Like, it don't matter where you at. We can turn this studio into our house. Yes. You'll have our kids shit all in here.
I sure will. I'll be up 3 in the morning with the hammer.
So okay, family, right?
Yes.
What about personal? I think a lot of people struggle with the personal thing because they want everybody to like them. They want to be cool. They want to be, social. I see so many people, they go out to party, to drink, eat, they spend their money, and they don't give nothing else their attention but their social life. But they claim they're entrepreneurs.
Well, I guess that's their priority. Now, in my social, I think talking to other people can be healthy on my behalf because I'm a peaceful person. So when I'm talking to people about, what I'm going through, not in a sense to be looking for advice. It's just or just to be looking for advice to bring back home. Right. I like to talk to other wives and moms who've been doing it or who've had kids that are older than what I'm going through, and just how to deal with 2 different children, raise them two different ways because, like we talk about, both of their struggles are totally different.
Right.
With Jaden, I would say him being biracial is he sees everything differently the way that June does.
Right.
June is more so he's a loner. He's like you. He's just like, I just want to be here and I want to read and be in my corner and read, and that's it. Jaden is more of, hey, I'm here, Jaden, and he's more of a people person like me. But that can come out really bad because he's gotten better. He's a whole lot better, but that following thing, he didn't know where to go. And so sometimes we had to even go as far as controlling the people that comes around.
Right.
So that we can kind of like force him in this way. Like, we can't have you here when we really want you to be here, just around positivity and people.
So let's talk about business, because people think business just means entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. You can have a job and still have a business. Yeah. Like, your job is your business because that's the way you make your money. So, right. So when people are not taking that serious, it's actually affecting their future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're not thinking 5 steps ahead.
Yeah.
So what is some advice you can do for people to, make their business more soundproof? Because the one thing I can tell you is that when we first started our first business, I had 13 cars.
That was embarrassing.
Corey can tell you.
That was embarrassing.
I love my brother Corey. I had 13 cars. Yeah. I had 3 Dodge Chargers. I had 2000. I had 2013, 2015, 2017.
It was embarrassing.
I had a Challenger. I had a Camaro, a Magnum. I had everything. Because you know when you first get money, you start to do stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
And I see people, they getting a little taste of money and they just being reckless. But you taught me the power of saving.
Yes.
Right? Like let's talk about that. How's important as a family to make sure that no matter what, even if you're telling people I'm fucked up, mom, I ain't got no money for you, cousin, I ain't got no money for you, right. But you still got a nest egg. How important is it to have a nest egg?
I think that's everything. I think we can go as far as back as when we first got married.
Right.
Because when we first got married, we was young and stupid.
We was what, 22?
22.
Yeah, I remember.
We was young and stupid. And I've always been on the saving train. That's just who I am naturally. But you wasn't. And you would, like,
I was trying.
bro, it was
like
so
this.
bad.
I was like this, y'all. Everything
it was so bad. It was embarrassing. It was so bad. And it was like every week we were starting over at 1.
Yeah.
Like every 2 weeks it was over at 1. Like it was bad. And I honestly think, and this is when we had that big scare.
Right.
When we had that big scare, we had an issue with our first business. I think we was down like $50K.
Oh, I remember that. You want to talk about that?
If you want to talk about it.
Okay.
We were down. We were literally down about $50,000. And Lord Jesus, it literally, I remember him looking at him and telling him, do you see why I say safe? This is not a beat you up moment. And I remember you upset in my lap.
Yeah. Guys, listen.
Cried in my lap.
You haven't been in a relationship until you cried in your spouse's arms. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care who you think you are. It's going to come a point in time in your life where you're going to be so emotional that you have no other choice but to console in the person you love.
Yes.
Right? And I remember being down, actually it was 58,000, to be honest with you. And I remember like how am I going to get myself out this hole?
With nothing saved, guys. We had absolutely nothing saved. Everything that was coming in was literally going out the door. Literally.
And I just asked God for strength. And I would say, you know what? This is my fault. This is on me.
You did. And that's why you were
fix
upset.
This. Give me 30 days. What happened in 30 days?
Every single day you was dropping off a couple grand to me. Every single day. I mean, you was selling all of those cars, baby. You was getting rid of them bad boys. You was getting rid of them bad boys. And every day you would bring me money. And every day we would be like, okay, we're a step closer, baby. We're a step closer. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. And we ended up crawling out of it. But that was the best teacher. The best teacher, because you, after that, you were on this saving bench. I mean, we was on those dollar McChickens, babe. That was
Tell them about the McChicken. Tell them about the McChicken diet.
We was on the McChicken diet.
The McChicken diet, literally, like we'd go to McDonald's, and this was McDonald's had a bona fide dollar menu, right?
Not this one, not this new dollar menu.
I don't know about. I ain't been to McDonald's in a while, but
nah, they ain't like the same.
I remember going into the McDonald's and say, I dressed my McChicken up. Can I get a McChicken with cheese on it and tomatoes? And I ate that shit every day for like a month. And I told myself, I will never, ever in my life put us in a situation where we got to eat McChickens for a month straight.
You can't stand McChickens now.
I can't stand McDonald's now, honestly. So we talked about the 4 pillars.
Yes.
You know, most of the people are here because they want to figure out how to do business with their spouse or their loved ones. What can be some good advice you can give somebody right now, whether they newlyweds or they've been together for a while? Because, you know what I mean, I got a lot of customers that come up to us and saying, how do you make this work? What's your secret for maintaining somebody so good like me?
Oh, you're so extra. I don't really think that there's a secret. I honestly think it's just really just about communication and talking.
I agree.
You are literally my best friend before anything. I would literally give you the shirt off my back before anything. You are just the head of our house. We respect and love you, but you're also my best friend before anything. And so I really just believe in communication, talking, being honest. But the problem I feel like with people is they want B, but then they say they want A, but you never tell them about B, and then you're upset that they don't give you B, and then you want to get mad at them because you want them to guess that you want B, but you never talked about it with them that you want B.
That's like a female equation you just told me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to be honest, have the hard conversations, the money conversations. Remember we had the money conversation?
I remember that.
Yo, and I didn't know when it was a process. I didn't know how bad you were with money.
Come on, man. Don't throw dirt on me like that, man. Bad with money?
You was, babe.
I was happy with money.
I wasn't bad with rims for his cars, y'all. It was crazy. We was literally, I remember cracking one of the rims. Remember I smacked the pothole in DC on 7th Avenue?
I'm still mad about that.
I cracked the rim. He went like, oh my God, I got to get the rim fixed. I'm like, dude, it's like you had rims on all these cars.
Let me tell you something, guys.
And
if you got a wife at home, you know my pain right now. She cracked my rim, and I took it to Mr. Hong, a Chinese welder, and he couldn't even fix the rim. So I had to throw these nice set of black 22s in the trash and put my factories back on. That made me feel some type of way.
Oh, God, I told you.
And if you want to go like that, come on. Tell them about how you crashed up the Camaro.
It wasn't my fault.
She totaled the car. But honestly, that probably was the best thing that happened to me because I had no business with that car.
That car was too fast.
That car was so fast, not to get off subject. When you hit the gas, it just do a U-turn.
It spin out.
And then stop. Okay, which one we do next? That's how fast that car was. So I didn't need that car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and then like all of my cars and stuff, if you guys notice, I don't even buy cars when I've been renting a truck for 2 years. And the reason why people are like, Antoine, why are you so much running a truck? Because I don't want to re-trigger my happiness, which is cars. So I just get the truck and drive it, and that's it. For now. So, you know,
School is a business.
School is a business. You want to talk about that?
Let's go.
Okay. So why do you think school is a business?
Why isn't it a business?
Church is a business.
Marriage is a business.
You think marriage is a business?
Absolutely.
Or you think marriage is a situation? Or
no, it's a business.
You think it's a business?
Absolutely.
It's definitely a business.
I don't think people should marry for love anymore.
That's shocking. You don't think so?
No, I don't think that needs to be the main focus because women, we feel with our hearts. So I don't think, because I love this person, I don't think that's necessarily just get married to a person.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think that when people marry, should they separate their finances?
I think
because you're saying it's a business.
No, everything is a business. Nothing isn't a business.
But if it's business, let's handle this business now, right? Because if I'm Antoine, an aggressive money spender, you wouldn't want me around all the money, would you?
Babe, that's totally different.
I'm just asking.
No, so, okay, let's get back to what you said so I won't forget. Business. I definitely think it should be his account, joint account, her account.
Right.
Personally. And then you both have savings for the kids together. You can save the money.
So this day and age, you're telling me it's acceptable and okay to have separate finances and then come together and have joint finances.
Absolutely. I don't think that's a bad thing.
So why did our parents and their parents make it seem such a taboo thing to have this extra account or to have money separated?
See, I think that was grandma over the dinner table talking because granddaddy wasn't no good. And she was pretty much telling her, well, baby, you make sure you keep that money in your bra just in case something happens. So I think it stems from that. But I definitely think over the course of years, we as women completely evolved. We are not sitting home eating cookie dough ice cream, crying over a man. It's not the same anymore.
I think honestly, guys, to be honest with you, 2021 is a different landscape for women.
Yeah.
Like the independent woman and even the married independent woman, like that's a thing. Right? And I see guys getting upset that a female boasting about how she can do without them, I honestly think that's a cool thing because I got sisters. And I tell my sisters all the time, one of my sisters is married. And she's probably watching right now. If not, catch her on the replay.
That's my vote.
Just take care of yourself.
Yes.
Take care of your relationship, but always make sure to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Financially. How do you feel about making sure that, because think about this. My mom, when she left, and I'm just speaking, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to this. My mom, when she left the merge with shit.
Yes.
Your mom, I don't know if you want to call that a merge. God rest her soul. They were married. They were married. They still legally married, right?
Yeah. They just ain't been together for
She left the merge with shit, right?
Years.
So like, at what point do a person put together some financial literacy to say, you know what? And that's why most people don't want to leave a situation because they feel like I have nothing when I leave.
Right.
Whether it's the man or the girl.
Right.
Because these days, girls starting to take care of the dudes. Dudes sit at home, play PlayStation, and the girls go get the money. How do you feel about that?
What, about the guy?
Everything I just said. Put it in one sentence.
I agree with you. But I also, I'm for women. I'm just for women. I'm for women, but...
You're not for men?
I'm for men too. I feel bad for some of the men, but then again, Like, I get why girls are the way they are today.
It's a new type of girl. It's a new type. It's girls like
women.
And if there's children in the room, please leave, because what I'm about to say is crazy. Girls like, only thing you can do is take care of this
Say that.
And leave me alone. That's the attitude. You go on IG, you go on watch rap videos and music videos. Girls like, I don't need you. I don't need you for your money. I don't even need you for what you got to offer me, because somebody else can give it to me with less hassle.
Right. So
how can two people come together to really have an equal partnership or relationship? Because sometimes the ego is getting away. Yeah. I don't think I have an ego. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like, no. But like, if, say, for example, you're stunning to the eyes, my opinion.
Oh, thank you, Bubba.
I'm not insecure when I know people checking you out.
Okay.
So how can people come together and get rid of the insecurities? Is that a word?
Well, I mean, I think it's into yourself. You have to be. It's you, dude. And let's talk about men.
Okay.
There are beautiful women everywhere. Now, you have to know your partner. If you know that they are really attention seekers and they love attention of other people, then you have to know that is.
I agree.
Yeah, it's literally, you just have to know your partner.
You know why I agree? Because you do this all the time to me. You put me, you be like, you be honest with me, right? We're friends before anything. So guys, if you really want to know a secret, when you want to be honest with your spouse, because sometimes you got to walk on eggshells, you might want to say honesty time.
That's what we do.
So we do honesty time.
We do honesty time. So that means
like the marriage on the whole, everything's on hold, and we're going to be honest.
It's going down.
And sometimes you be kind of like pickle me about my, like, you like, oh, you looking at a butt, or I'm looking at this, or I'm like, man, stop playing, man. And then you be like, it's okay. At first,
because I don't get it. I don't mind. I don't care.
At first, when we got together and you did that, I felt uncomfortable. Because
why?
Because think about this. At one point of time, it was inappropriate to tell how you really feel, because you could hurt someone's feelings. You don't agree with that?
I don't agree with that.
Because if you say, and it's not being disrespectful, nothing. If I'm at the beach and there's a million booties walking around,
and you's a booty guy, you like the ones with the dimples in them.
Yeah.
The auntie booties.
The auntie booties. I like the auntie booties with the dimples in them.
Auntie booty.
And it's not disrespect. We 11 years in, so we can kind of talk like that. And you like, yeah, I see you checking her out. And I might not even be checking her out, but she like to make me uncomfortable. And
I enjoy watching you cringe and be like, stop who, but I laugh at it. But I don't mind it. I think it's normal. I think at this day and age, I think everybody is watching booties. I mean, I don't think nobody can't not watch booties. This is what we see all day. It's on the TV. Children are watching booties.
I mean, but this stuff back in the day, people went to divorce court about. Like, oh, you are lusting with your eyes, or you're not for me.
Well, I mean, I guess it's different now. I mean, this was a time when women were I wouldn't say definitely insecure per se. They wanted their husbands to themselves, and they, as they should, want their husbands to themselves. But I definitely think it was a whole lot of different stuff in that time.
It's like,
I mean, grandma was going to go pick up granddaddy at the other woman's house to get granddaddy back home because granddaddy passed out from drinking and getting granddaddy ready for church Sunday morning to get granddaddy ready.
Yeah.
So we're talking about different types of. That's the difference, because I don't know if I can go pick granddaddy up at the mistress' house.
That was crazy, because we were talking about that earlier. Like, my grandpa was like, honey, I'm going to get some bread.
And then come back.
And he ended up at Capitol Heights, Maryland. Like, crazy. Like, how you jump from Palm Beach, Florida to Capitol Heights, Maryland? I don't know. But so I ask all my guests this on the show, right? This is a special show to me because you're a special person.
Oh, I love you.
I love you to the moon and back. What we used to tell each other?
What?
When we used to say to the end.
To the right.
So 10 years. You hear me ask everybody this, and you should have an answer. Or at least prepare yourself. It's the beginning of the decade, right? It's 2021. What do you see yourself about the end of the decade in 10 years?
Oh my goodness. 2030. Oh my goodness. We will be married then, what, 20 years?
I don't know. We've been married forever. We had an armed robbery sentence. How long we been married?
I see myself. I really want to start doing things with women. Just bomb women. Like that is the 6 month goal.
Let's talk about that. I got you. And I slid you into it.
You did.
Let's talk about that. We've been working on a project, and I don't know if we're going to talk about open here. We've been working on a project for a few months, 6 months, and it's about time for you to let the world know what that is. The LaShawn brand. Yeah. What is that? Can you summarize that? And what would that be?
It's just women empowerment. I mean, I definitely think today in this day and age, I've watched women work together and everything works out amazing. Right. Like, I definitely think if the right women get together, anything is possible. Just like I feel like the same with men. When the right men get together, anything is possible.
Well, I don't know. Egos involved, I think.
Yeah, I think guys.
Because I've been in rooms with men with a bunch of egos, and I've been in rooms with just people getting their money and they just humble. Like, I see the difference in the quality of the men.
Yeah, I definitely think the right women. You know how it is. It's the right women. But yeah, that's literally women empowerment. I want to do some stuff with children. I love children. That's still my passion. I love all kids.
Let's talk about some things you would do for children or that you want to do with children.
What? Stuff I would love to do for kids.
On behalf of the LaShawn.
I definitely think teaching, home teaching. I definitely think there's a lot of moms who don't know what to teach. Or even just home teaching. Like, they can go to regular school and still come home and learn stuff. I definitely think just setting schedules. I'm big on schedules. You know I'm big on schedules. Right. I write it around the house.
You even got our stray cats on a schedule.
I literally do.
How do you got some of your cats on a schedule? Oh, baby, we don't feed them till 11 o'clock.
No, I don't feed them till 11 o'clock.
I'm like, what? These not even our cats. Yeah. How you know they're going to be around 11 o'clock? They will. We pull up, guys. I pull up in the truck. There's 6 cats on the front porch.
They're waiting.
I'm like, why are these cats out here?
Don't feed them till 11 o'clock.
Oh, they waiting on their meal.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, I'm big on schedules. I want to do some stuff with children. I want to do some stuff with even young girls. I just feel like the new wave of the young girls, the hot girl summers, is unrealistic. I think that a lot of the teachings went away with grandmas. Because what's the average grandma? The average grandma
like 29.
Nah, they like 37. The average grandmother's 37.
The average great grandmother, 44.
Think about that though. Like, it's probably 50.
All right, 52.
About 50.
I give you 52.
About 50. But legit, we're having my grandmother. I think I was 8, 9. She was 50. So I mean, it's just a difference. So I definitely want to do stuff with kids and young moms because I feel like they're the forgotten ones. They're the ones that people say because you fucked up and you made a mistake, your life is over. Right. So you have to eat that. But I don't think that. And I definitely think there's no places, especially like in these hoods, like there's no place for these girls to go. Right. Nowhere.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're liking this, do me a favor and share. Comment. Yeah. Talk about, engage with us. Share. We're going to go to commercial break really quickly. We got one more commercial break left, and we're going to bring it on home. This podcast, the Entrepreneur Toolbelt Podcast, is sponsored by Easy Skip Tracing. Go to Easy Skip Tracing for your most robust data for your real estate investor business. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself to some amazing skip tracing. Remember, Easy Skip Tracing. That's easyskiptracing.com. Don't miss out. Don't cut corners. If you cut corners, I guarantee you'll go around that circle twice. This podcast is sponsored by V1 VAs. If you're looking for a virtual assistant, we are the #1 place to come and get your virtual assistants. I don't care if you're a realtor, if you run a car agency, if you run an ad agency, if you are a wholesaler, I don't care what you is. If the position requires you to use a computer or a working telephone, I can get you somebody in that position for $4 an hour, fully trained, ready to go. Stop wasting time and get to the next level with your business by generating more money and doing less and spending less on labor costs. Text me now, 202-335-3322. The time is now to take your business to the next level. Welcome back. Like I said, if you need a virtual assistant, text me, 202-335-3322. We're going to take good care of you. We work with thousands of people all around the world, not just this country, all around the world.
Yes.
So let's get back to it. We got about a good 8 minutes left. Okay. And I want to make sure we provide as much value possible.
Yay. Okay.
So we talked about the LaShawn brand. We talked about the women empowerment.
Yes.
What else? What else? Like, you said in 10 years, will you see yourself in 10 years? I don't think, did you answer that question?
I said doing stuff with children.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So the summertime.
Yeah.
Like, we know things opening back up. We know that COVID, COVID is COVID. We're not going to talk about that.
Right.
We might take our video down, say the word COVID. But let's talk about how we always implement our family in everything we do.
Yeah.
Like, how important it is to make sure that our children, go out and have a good time.
No, I think it's important. We have a different dynamic. Everything we do is kind of at home and together.
Right.
So because they're at school, it's at home, work, home. It's kind of easier for us to just maneuver and have our kids around, which I love having them around too. I don't have many people. We don't do the babysitting thing too much.
Right.
And our son is 13 this year.
He be 13. It's crazy. He be 13 August 5th.
We got a 13-year-old dude.
What are we going to do for him?
He said he wants Starbucks gift cards and stuff for games. But we'll definitely find something special for him.
Awesome. So, anything you want to ask me?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I feel like, what do you think men's biggest fear with women today is? Because I can tell that there's a fear. I can tell, especially when you see people like, what's his name? Kevin Samuel's opinions of things.
That's not reality, right? Kevin Samuels. It's just...
No, but I'm saying it's a very thing that people are talking about and people are discussing and people. I feel like that there's a big fear with women today. So what do you think is men's biggest fear?
Biggest fear. I think men's biggest fear is to be betrayed. Like, the worst thing in the world for a man, and fellas, correct me if I'm wrong, is to know that someone is betraying you right in your face. Right? So men, they put on this facade. I don't care about these girls. I got 3 girls, like the not married men. The married men, their biggest fear is that everything they work hard for would go down the drain off one bad decision. Right? Because we're not perfect. You have things called temptation, all of this stuff. So, you have to be shocked. This thing called Me Too movement, you got to be careful. You know what I mean? So you can work 10 years straight building up your relationship and then one bad move and it's all gone. That's what I think.
That's real. Any questions you want to ask me?
Come on. You always got something to say to me. Come on.
What else you want me to say? Any other questions? You want to give me any questions?
I got plenty of questions.
Don't get it started on this. We can go in.
So now, all jokes aside, so what women empowerment? What do that mean to you? Because that's a what I call a buzzword. People say that because it just sounds great.
No.
But what do you think the raw definition of women empowerment is?
I think women coming together with a common goal and women helping women reach it. Period. I definitely think that y'all just think nobody can help. Like, I can get help from people who get me best. Not like you can't get me, you're a guy. Like, guys can come in, husbands can help other husbands because they understand. The same thing with women and wives.
Which is understandable because that's why husbands, they hang out. They go to a cigar bar, they smoke cigars, they shoot golf, they go to Miami, they vacation.
Yeah.
Same thing with females. They get in a pack, they go to Vegas, because they get it.
Right.
So I think a lot of people struggle with just feeling like they've been accepted. Like, be yourself. How important is being yourself?
Well, I think it's everything. I don't know how to be anything else. I don't aspire to because I took too long loving this person. So you can't tell me nothing because I took too long loving this person. I didn't got the time to be figuring her out again and making her something else. So just, you got to love me now. If you don't love me now, that's fine. But this is exactly who I am every single day of the week.
But that's a different time, because you say that 40 years ago, it's a different answer.
I'm not going to be the same 40 years from now.
I don't think no one is 40 years from now.
Yeah, but I definitely think
that's a lot of growth.
My heart is going to be the same.
Your heart is pure. I remember,
that's sweet.
You know, I'm going to close out with this. I remember when I first messaged you, like we started talking, and I remember you just been consistent. Like you say you was going to call me back, and my thing was feeling like I was going to get played. You know what I'm saying? So for you to make me feel comfortable and you was consistent from the beginning, it really allowed me to not be insecure.
Oh.
So I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. But you showed up too. Like you were literally.
I did. I was shooting jump shots like this.
You were shooting all the time.
Give me your camera 7. Whoosh.
You was. Like you really did a whole lot for me. You did a whole lot for Jaden. And this was without a commitment.
Right.
Because we were just, you took me back and forth to school, drive all the way out West Bubble just to grab me and take me all the way back out West Bubble to school and pick me up. And like the amount of money you saved me alone, and the car ride conversations were amazing. We still laugh about most.
We still do long distance rides. We'll literally just drive somewhere just so we can get in the car and talk.
Yeah.
That's what some of our best ideas and how we elevate our merge. When you just shut out the world, how important it is to shut out the world to just focus on, your spouse.
I think everybody should do it. I mean, we live life for Facebook. Well, I don't, but people live life for Facebook and Instagram, and they do all of these things. But I definitely think my marriage and building with you is more important to me, than anything. You and the kids are literally important to me more than anything. So I'm definitely going to make sure that that's a priority.
Awesome. So listen, I always ask my guests this. This is the Entrepreneur Toolbelt podcast, right? And I always ask my guests, what's the top 3 things you must have, in your business, your day-to-day life? It doesn't matter. The top 3 things.
So the top.
I'm gonna answer one for you. Can I please? A candle. She loves candles. Oh. Mother's Day, I went to the store. I'm not going to disclose what I spent, but I spent a ton of money on candles.
Yeah,
you still got all the candles?
I do. I burned the first one yesterday.
Awesome. Okay, now tell me the rest.
So, would you say things I personally love?
It could be business tools. It can be personal. It doesn't matter. The top 3 things you must have on your day-to-day basis.
Just for me as a mom and stuff?
It don't matter.
Okay, so if it's the stuff I need clean towels, that's important to me. My clean sheets on my bed, that's important to me. And my candles, but that's for house stuff. But as entrepreneur-wise, I think that you just need to have a great group of women or men or people that you can talk to about situations who you guys can literally mentor each other. I think having, I would say a mentor or having a person that you can look up to is really, really important, and having great lawyers.
Lawyers?
Yeah. I feel
lawyers? Why?
In business. Why wouldn't you have lawyers in business? Babe, we have I have about 6 in my phone.
I got a lawyer. All the things lawyers?
Yeah, absolutely, in business. In contracts, of course. But I definitely think lawyers. In business, you need lawyers.
But the question I asked was,
what are 3 things that you
absolutely need every day?
And every day. You're talking about, and I asked for what?
Like your day-to-day. Like, okay, I need this phone. Without this phone, I can't function.
I told you. I'm not always on my phone.
Hey, I ain't gonna argue with you about that.
I'm not always on my phone, but I love my phone. I need you and my kids. That's more.
That's nice.
So
any last things you want to leave the people with before we close it out?
I love you, and thank you for inviting me on the show.
Nothing? You don't want to give no words of encouragement to anybody? Maybe somebody out there struggling, or they need some help, or from a wife perspective, like someone struggling in their marriage or anything. What advice could you give them?
Have a conversation with your person and be honest. Be honest. If it's sex conversations, be honest.
What about sex?
Money conversations, be honest. Just be honest. Tell a person what it is what you want, and what you.
But see, the issue is, before we close out, we live in a society, and I keep saying this, where being honest is actually being inappropriate.
To your partner?
Even to your partner.
I don't think so.
Why would you say that? You triggered me. You hurt my feelings. You won't say that, but I'm just saying.
I'm about to say.
Like, that's the response you get from people.
It's all in the way you communicate. Don't say it hurtful. Make sure the way you say it is not hurtful.
Or malicious.
Yeah.
Or like you throw stuff in people's face and try to be malicious. Oh, I did this for you. I did that for you.
Yeah. And we got to learn how to talk to our husbands, I feel like. We don't do that anymore. I watched a video a couple of months ago, and Ayana was talking to somebody, and it was crazy because I thought of my grandmother and how I used to be mad and hot with you when we first started getting married, when we first got married. And she told me, you need to talk to him like a wife. Stop trying to do that. You can't rah-rah that energy. You can't do that with him. He's not hearing you because you rah-rah talk to him like, she said, be pink. That's what she told me. So be a lady. So when I talk to you, I always say, hi, honey. This is what I need for you to do. And then I give you a little like a little push, like, hey, baby, did you forget?
Right.
And I'm going to do it now, baby. Give me a second. And most of the time it gets done. But I learned that from my grandmother because she taught me how to talk pink.
Well, this was a good episode.
Thank you.
Episode 6. I appreciate you guys. I want you to come back each and every Wednesday.
Next week is going to be crazy.
6 p.m. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Right? We got a lot of good guests lined up. Listen, if you're watching this and you're worthy of coming on this platform, I want you to send me a DM on my Instagram page, CEO929. And just let me know who you are and how could we make an impact together. If you would want me to come speak on your platform, still send me a DM and I'll see if I can make that work. We're having a virtual mastermind June 5th. Tickets $49. I suggest you be there. If not, I'm not mad at you. But until next time, see you. Sacrifice now, ball forever. Catch you on the next one. Welcome to the Entrepreneur Toolbelt podcast, the only podcast you'll ever need to get your business to the next level. This podcast is powered by Antoine Campbell Enterprise. This podcast is sponsored by V1 VAs. If you're looking for a virtual assistant, we are the #1 place to come and get your virtual assistants. I don't care if you're a realtor, if you run a car agency, if you run an ad agency, if you are a wholesaler, I don't care what you is. If the position requires you to use a computer or a working telephone, I can get you somebody in that position for $4 an hour, fully trained, ready to go. Stop wasting time and get to the next level with your business by generating more money and doing less and spending less on labor costs. Text me now, 202-335-3322. The time is now to take your business to the next level. Hey, wholesaler, how you doing? This is your boy, Antoine Campbell. I am the owner of Lead Factory. The Lead Factory is a program that allows you to stop worrying about sellers cussing you out, dealing with your lead generation, trying to figure out how to work silly ass Mojo or call tools, and let us step in and handle all of the work for you. Are you sick and tired of trying to get all of the front end shit right in your business? Well, allow Lead Factory to come in and step in and help you out, and you're only talking to motivated sellers. You can get access to this program for as little as $1,600 a month commitment. But we provide the VA, we provide $1, we do all the management, we take care of everything that you're currently struggling with, and you pay a flat fee knowing you don't have to worry about anything else but talking to motivated sellers. If that sounds like somebody like you, call me now or visit the website right now.